Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Master Mitch 21. And today I'm doing a throwback to an old video game that I used to play, probably in my top 3 favorite video games of all time. And this is Age of Empires 3, as you guys can see. And this is an old game, I believe. I don't know. I'm gonna guess like about 8 years old, maybe a little later. Um, and I just really love this game. It's similar. I guess people compare it to Civilization 5 or Civ 4 or any of the Civs, I guess, except for it's not turn based. Instead, it's like open where you can the computer will move the same time you're moving and stuff, and it's a really cool game, kind of a strategic type game. But I'm gonna go ahead and play with you guys. I'm gonna break this video up into 3 parts, and the first part I'm gonna do my opening move and strategy and this introduction for you guys, and be playing some single player. And the second part I'm gonna do a little about midway through the game, so you guys can have a little bit about 15 minutes of midway through the game and how I continue my expansion and building of the map and game. And then the last part will be the conclusion where I more than likely win. Hopefully. Now we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to jump into conclusion too much, but I'm going to go ahead and do a skirmish for you guys. And you can see I'm just playing with Paris. This is my city that I chose, and I chose to be the French. And I'm only level 1 right now. This is just one of them that I just started today and played one game with. And I thought I'm going to go ahead and do a 1 versus 1 just so you guys get a little bit of an opportunity to see how this game works. And a very simple. You know, actually, I might do a free-for-all. Actually, I think I'd rather do a free-for-all and make it a 4v4. I'm gonna pick random personalities, but I'll let you guys go ahead and see. You can be Queen Isabel, Queen Elizabeth, Henry the Navigator, Maurice, um, and Ivan, Frederick, and Sullivan. So you can be any of these guys and or gals, I guess, from wherever they come from, your choice. I just personally have always enjoyed the French. They have special, unique abilities of their own. You can choose the colors and such if you guys want to. And I just like to stick with blue. That's my favorite color anyway, so I might as well use it. I'm gonna put it on all maps, so it gives me, it's basically like saying randomize. It may have some water in it. It may be random. Um, I do know Colorado is one of my favorites, and also Yukon are both extremely good maps. But I'm just gonna let the game pick itself, and you can start Discovery Age. You can actually start Post Imperial, which is the very end of the game. If you guys have not had an opportunity to play this, I would highly advise you guys to. It's an absolute blast of a game, and it is definitely worth your guys' time. And you can get, I don't even know, I think I got Age of Empires 3 when it, like 5 to 8 years ago, whenever it came out, and it was like $30 to $50 somewhere in there. Now you can get all 3 CDs with the expansions for like $10 to $15, and I'll leave a link for you guys to at least Walmart, so you guys can have like the most general area of where it's found and how much it'll be. I'll leave a link for that in the description so you guys get an opportunity if you guys are interested. It's definitely worth your time. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the game. I'm gonna leave it at Nomad, so it'll give me a chance to kind of move. And the way that works is it'll leave my I'll just let you guys go ahead and see it as I start this round. And it's an unknown map, so I'm really hoping to get a snow map just because those are my favorite. But we'll see how it goes. Not gonna complain
Surrender
either way.
now, and you will save yourself a lot of pain.
So I'm a covered wagon, as you guys can see. That's
Correct.
how it starts me.
Je le ferai.
When you choose Nomad, otherwise it'll
Oui.
give you a random position.
Right.
And
Oui.
so here is my hero, they call it. He's also my explorer, and his main
Oui.
purpose is eventually I can build a town center like later on, which is what I'm building right now with this covered wagon. You guys can see town center. This is like the main point of the game. You need the town center. You really can't do anything without a town center unless you lose it, but then you can rebuild, obviously, especially if you have your
Oui. Correct.
explorer, because he has that availability. But I'm gonna go ahead and explore some of the map. And this is the French are special. They come with a native who is allowed to basically act as a second scout, but you see he has only 120 hit points. He's a lot weaker. So now my town center is built.
Oui.
I have couriers.
Bonjour.
These are French.
Votre ordre? Très bien.
They are the French
Chasseur.
version of the villager, and they are probably the best in the game.
Oui.
That's
Oui.
one of the reasons I like it. They have higher hit points, but they cost more to make. That's the
Oui.
downside, I would say. Go ahead and make 2. You see, they cost 120 as opposed to originally each villager you can only make for 100. So
Votre
Like,
ordre?
it is
Prêt.
rougher
Votre ordre?
choosing to
Bûcheron.
be the French for that. It takes a little while to get
Prêt.
started with
Correct.
some of those things, but it definitely is a benefit in my opinion.
Kaka.
Go ahead and send my explorer over here.
Oui, très bien. Correct. Très bien.
And here's a spot I can build a trading post. And what this will do is it'll allow me to
Très bien.
connect resources. As you see, this little native right here is carrying this this whole horse. It'll allow me to have opportunity to
Bonjour.
have him pull that
Bûcheron.
whatever resource he's pulling, he can pull by, and it'll connect automatically to
Right,
my
oui.
trading post site.
Correct. Très bien.
I like to have my native move on his own as much as possible and keep him exploring the map so I can find out where these enemies are and where they will be.
Votre ordre? Oui, ramasseur.
And if you guys hear that noise right now, that means that I had just gotten my very first shipment, and this means that my town is flourishing. It's doing well enough that they're giving me a free shipment, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick 2 couriers. And you guys see right now I have a 9 out of 10 population, and the way that works is I can take any of my settlers and I can have them automatically build a house for 100 wood, and these are your resources. This is food, this is wood, and this is coin. And you really need homes, otherwise you can't build any more. So I'm gonna go ahead and build right there. My native found the Ottoman, found Solomon and the Ottoman, so that's pretty exciting.
Oui. Oui.
Good to know where they
Correct.
are.
Très bien.
I'm gonna go ahead and move my,
Bonjour.
and that noise right there means that I have my shipment in, and one of them
Ramasseur.
is a courier, or I mean it is a courier. So I'm gonna go ahead and build a market. Now this is a crash course of the game, and it's also a little bit of gameplay you guys get to see. But I will do some things without explaining exactly what I'm doing, so you guys don't get overwhelmed, and you get a chance to enjoy this game.
Maçon.
But
Maçon.
the market is just important. All of these things right here are things you can build, and if they're grayed out, that means you can't build them like it says in the red until age 2, until age 5, and that's what that little Roman numeral right there means when you can do that. And you can age up, but it costs 800 food, and I like to have a
Bonjour.
little bit of a
Ramasseur.
grasp on what I'm going to do this game. I like to get a little bit of a
Prêt.
strong point
Oui.
built before I just go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to go
Correct.
ahead and waste
Oui.
800 food. Not waste it, but use
Correct.
800 food beforehand. So I believe I found some more, and if I'm, yeah, that's the Spanish. So I just found the Spanish, or at least found where their explorers are. See, they get a native Indian, and they also get a dog, which is really neat. But there's, you guys will see reasons why I don't care for the Spanish and why I do like the. There's their hometown. Okay, there we go. You can see they're not much further than me. They have
Oui.
one more home right
Bonjour.
now, but they don't have a market done
Maçon.
yet. So
Oui.
now what I'm
Oui.
sending my explorer to do
Très
right
bien.
now, it kind of
Oui.
looks like I'm just walking around
Très bien.
doing nothing. These little X's
Oui.
are actually spots that you can. It says it's a treasure, and this will give my explorer 20 XP or 20%, I guess, increased
Bonjour.
hit points.
Right.
So that's like a major boost. That's a huge stat for him.
Chasseur. Oui.
And early on, I would definitely say
Votre
lumber
ordre?
and food
Oui.
are the most important
Bonjour.
of all the resources, because coin, you can always, like, coin is not necessarily an early start important thing. You do need it, but not too early in the game, because most of the things, like you can see, are built from wood, and my guys are built from food. Advancing to the next age is built from food. All those things are required for food. I'm gonna go ahead and build an outpost now,
Maçon.
and
Maçon.
what this will do is it'll fight off any enemy. It start off with just a little rifle, you guys can see, and it's pretty sweet though. I really do. I do find those very valuable. So you guys can see right here are 2 of the 3 other enemies. So I'm assuming the other one's gonna be like randomly over here or something like this. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get over there.
Prêt.
And now you guys can see my explorer
Très
is
bien.
right here. I'm gonna have him kill off these 3 treasure guardians. And you can see the health compared to mine. I'm sure I'll win this one, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Oui.
And if my hero goes down,
Correct.
you can always run back and have
Oui.
one of your other.
Votre ordre?
Okay, after I kill him, I'm going to get out of here, and
Correct.
after I walk a certain distance, the other jaguar will turn that way.
Prêt. Oui.
There we go. So I'll
Très
just
bien.
wait about here until that. It's a sharpshooter attack skill, and I'll wait till that cools down,
Right.
and I'll go ahead and use it again.
Ramasseur. Oui.
Actually, I
Bonjour.
better send. Okay, I'm gonna have one more courier built, and then I'm gonna go ahead and have my improvement. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick 400 cords of wood because 4 cows. I mean, that's good to do, but I never play for the agriculture side. I choose
Votre
to
ordre?
I'll make a mill here in a little bit, and like
Prêt.
that serves the same purpose, except for it's a little slower
Bûcheron.
the process. So I'm not too worried about that right now, though.
Oui.
That means we have another shipment due, and you know what? I'm not too worried. I have couriers. I'm not worried about their hit points being increased at the current moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold off on that, and go ahead and hold off on this one also. It just allows them to gather quicker. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick 300 food, so it'll
Bonjour.
help me with
Oui.
that. And I'm gonna go ahead and run a few of these. This is Gang Saw, allows my villagers to gather wood faster. This one allows them to gather coin faster, and that one's just for hunting animals or berries. But like I mentioned, I'm really close to starting that
Oui,
mill.
oui.
I'm just gonna wait until
Chasseur.
I hit this age up, as you guys can see right here. I'll go ahead and let you guys see how it looks whenever I get to
Vote
age
oui.
2, and
Correct. Oui.
gather this treasure for
Très
you
bien.
guys. And then I'm gonna go ahead and conclude the part 1 of this
Oui.
3-part video.
Does
So
finding goodies please you? Crushing empires pleases me.
Bonjour. Correct.
there's Frederick the Great from the German
Votre ordre.
being a little smart aleck for me with no reason. Okay,
Okay,
so there is the German.
That's
That's where they're located.
geese.
So now I have a good idea of where they are. Good, kind of a random little smiley face it looks like out of the map, but that's a general idea
Prêt.
of
Oui.
how the map does look. And I have another treasure back here you can see for 600
Correct.
food, which I will go ahead and grab that one. That's a pretty important one. Okay, you guys can see a dramatic difference in how my buildings look, and I now have more improvements to be able to upgrade. I'll go ahead and do them quickly. But each time you age up, you can see now it costs more to age up. Not only does it cost 400 more food, but it costs 1,000 coin now. So that's a general idea of how the aging up process works, which is really neat.
Bonjour. Ordre.
Just a great game. I do really enjoy this. Probably, like I mentioned, one of my top 3. It's just an absolute blast to play. You guys really should give it a chance. If you guys have not.
Maçon.
Alright, I'm going to
Pretty
pretty much explore. Oh, I mess up the smiley face like I mentioned.
Bonjour.
Pretty much messed up the explored the whole boundaries that I need to at the moment. Now you can see I can build a barracks, I can build a church, and I can build a stable.
Très bien.
So I'm gonna go ahead and build a barracks, so it'll give me a little bit of an opportunity to
Maçon.
build some
Maçon. Bonjour.
military units
Prêt.
to fight
Ramasseur.
and defend.
Votre ordre.
I'm gonna go ahead and make about 3 more of my couriers, of my villagers.
Bonjour. Oui.
And while my explorer is back here, I'll go ahead and gather this treasure. And you guys can, right here you can see I have the score pulled up. And I am winning 69 to 43 to 43 to 53. So Team Solomon is doing the best right now for the Ottoman. The second best, as opposed to me doing the best. So
Ramasseur. Prêt.
that's good. That means we're obviously doing what we should be. We're keeping the lead. I'm gonna go ahead and make
Maçon. Maçon.
my mill right here.
Oui.
I'm gonna pull these other
Maçon.
4 my food gatherers. I'm gonna pull them over to gather food at the mill now.
Votre ordre. Oui.
I got 4 running on everything, except for I
Bonjour.
have 1 extra on coin, which I'll go ahead and put these next 2
Ouais.
right here
Fermier.
onto the mill. You guys can see I can improve the mill immediately. I'll go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and make either 3 hussars, or I can have 8 crossbowmen. And I can use any of these actually, even from the previous ages, but I cannot use any of the next ages because I don't have that age yet. So then I'm gonna go ahead and choose either, I don't know, cavalry or infantry. It's a tough choice, but I think I'm going to go ahead and go with 8 crossbowmen just because there's more, and at this moment it may be more important. You guys also can see if I can get this to a dark spot. There you go. 2, that shows the ages. Frederick the Great with Germany is not doing too well right now.
I told my cartographers not to bother adding it to their map.
Okay, so that's just Solomon being some smart aleck because he thinks that I'm of no threat, although I'm beating him, obviously. And now he's extending his explorer, and my outpost, you guys get to see, is shooting him. I'm just going to let him wander off. I really don't care at the moment. But this has been the conclusion of part 1 for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please hit that subscribe button. You guys can see my troops coming in right here. My 8 infantry. I'll go ahead and move my crossbowmen over here.
Bonjour.
And if you guys did enjoy this video, and you guys want to see the next part, go ahead and subscribe so you guys get to see it. Hit that like button. Let me know you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next part.